Did you want to do ASMR?
I got it out of my system while we're testing. I'm telling you, I have a notes app in my phone that's like wishes I want to come true. And it's like I want someone to do ASMR on me and I want someone to analyze my handwriting. Sorry, I didn't mean to get talking already.
That's so weird. No, it's okay. You want to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Guys, welcome back to my fake podcast, Through the Cameron Lens. I have a super special guest today. He's been avoiding me, trying to stay away from the podcast, but I finally got him here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, imaginary audience of Doyle and Reese and future generations to come. My name is Cole, and I'm so excited to be here today.
Okay, you really have to back up a little bit.
I'm
It's
sorry.
going to be so loud.
I want to be in your personal space, viewers, so
Okay.
you feel like you're here with us.
Okay.
Sorry.
We'll do this one closer to the mic than a normal one. No, that's great. Cole, what was your first impression of me?
In third grade. Or today.
Why? Well, today wouldn't it be your first impression,
Like,
would it?
My first impression of how you're feeling today. You know,
Okay,
like my
sure.
first impression of this podcast.
Tell me that. What was your first impression of how I'm feeling today?
You picked me up and you called me and your music was so loud. I'm like, today's gonna be very loud.
Wait, how was my music playing while I was on the phone with you?
Because you played like your music was playing while you were on the phone with
That's
me.
not, that doesn't make any
Okay,
No,
never
the
mind.
music stopped.
No, I don't know, guys. I have a memory. I don't know.
But I was really musically inclined.
Yeah, I was feeling musical. And then in third grade, I have no memories of that, but I
Well,
don't know.
what did you think of me back then versus now?
I thought you were like a popular kid.
In third grade, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Because like everyone knew you. So like all the teachers knew you, all the classmates knew you, and was like, Cameron, Cameron, Cameron. I'm like, okay, Cameron's outgoing, Cameron's fun, Cameron has a lot of friends.
This is what I would say is I don't think I'm popular, but I think everyone knows my name, and I don't like, or people say my name a lot.
I mean, that's what it was like in middle school and elementary school too.
And now is anything
Everyone
changed?
knows your name. All the teachers are always saying Cameron.
And you still think I'm a cool kid?
Yeah, I would say so. I think out of people I know, you're popular. Because I'm friends with a lot of dorks.
Yeah, I mean, popular is like not really something you get at our school, but like maybe. I'm a little concerned for this podcast that people won't be able to tell which of us is talking.
No, I've listened to voice memos of you before. I've listened to voice memos of you before and it sounds like me. Or I've been listening to voice memos of you and my dad thinks it's me
Wait,
talking.
no, that happened to me. I listened to a voice memo of you and my dad was like, is that
Maybe
is that
we
you?
too bad we don't have the recording.
Yeah, actually that probably would be helpful. The camera was not working today, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to tell you. No one really watches the video either, so
Well,
Mary will watch
they
it.
were gonna watch it for me because of how
Handsome you are. Right. And everyone's gonna fall in love with you on the podcast. This will you be the greatest heartthrob to pass the mic?
I mean, some say I look very similar to Justin Bieber.
You're obsessed. I think you're obsessed with Justin Bieber.
No, I got that compliment like twice yesterday. Cole, this is giving Justin Bieber.
I think you've been fishing for Justin Bieber compliments by doing Justin Bieber drag.
No.
No?
Sorry, I'm making clicking sounds.
Yeah, don't
it's
do
the
that.
ASMR, guys. It's interactive.
Do you want to dedicate 5 minutes to
No,
ASMR?
we're gonna pause the thing and Cameron's gonna like pretend to like be at a hair salon and I'm gonna go snip, snip, snip. Those are the best ones, guys. I'm sorry.
Cole is plugging ASMR.
No, there's only one ASMR artist I listen to. The rest are bad.
Okay, and also everyone says ASMR artist. I really am petitioning like it should be ASM artist.
Oh my, that should be your title when you start an ASMR podcast next.
I'll be the ASM artist.
I like it.
I think it would confuse people, but like we should be calling them ASM artists.
I like it. I mean, you could start it.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
I just smacked my knee, but you guys couldn't see that. Knee smacker.
It wasn't a joke.
I thought it was a joke.
Oh,
Wait, is this like a question that you ask everyone?
not
Or are you
everyone.
just
I'm
asking
asking you.
Why are you asking it to me?
What if you could have any superpower? What would it
No,
be?
what prompted this question? Like, what's the
I'll
background?
tell you, but just tell
No.
me your answer first. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
This whole podcast is gonna be me being like a normal podcaster and Cole being like, why would you say that?
No, there's a reason you said that.
There is, yeah.
Teleportation, because I don't want to sit in traffic, because I want Chinese food for lunch and I'm going to get it like from actual China, because I want Italian food for lunch. I'm going to teleport to Italy. My car won't drive. I'm going to teleport to Cameron's house for the podcast.
Please teleport to my house so I don't have to pick you up. And I agree, teleportation sounds beautiful. I asked, since you're so curious.
I want to know your superpower first.
Oh, my superpower? I really have been wanting to fly lately. I like really want to fly. I think it'd be so helpful. But I asked because the first time I think we initiated like a real friendship. Do you remember?
Was it superpower related?
Do you remember where we were?
Picnic?
Yeah.
Park?
Yeah. When we had a picnic, and I don't know if we initially were talking about your favorite, what superpower you would have, but somehow we got the subject that we would both love to shapeshift.
Look how far we've come.
And you did shapeshift.
I did. That is funny. I thought you knew something else. I thought you were getting at a different angle. I'm so sorry.
What angle? What angle do you think I was getting at that made you slap your knee?
Wangler's Advisory has an ongoing joke that we've done that question like 5 times.
Oh.
So it's in the yearbook right now that Wangler's Advisory has a passion for superpowers.
Oh.
Every time we're sitting around and we're like, what should we talk about? We go, what superpower would you have? So I thought you had like telepathically linked into that or like talked to Dalton or something. And I was really...
I did something really like special for Reese's podcast where we went through like all the different questions that are on different podcasts and I had Reese answer all of them, and I was like, what's some like fun different thing I could do for Cole's podcast, and I was gonna ask everyone we know like what they want to ask you, but then I was like, they're not gonna
That's
come
a
up
lot
with
of
good
work.
questions.
No, but
and so I didn't do that.
I
No.
thought you did like your research and we're like doing like a really...
I did
was
do
really
my research,
shocked. Like
but
this was
it was
magical.
research into my memory.
That was, I
actually.
thought you were like... That really shocked me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for sounding so specific.
But do you think that you wanted to shapeshift back then because you were trans?
That's a funny way to put it. I'm sorry.
Well, were you trans? I guess at that point you were. I don't know what the proper
What year was
terminology-
that?
It was 8th grade.
Yeah, I probably was. I think I was just looking...
Wait. Was there a point in your life where you were not trans?
I've always been a boy in different senses of the word.
Okay.
Sometimes I was a little girl who was a boy. And sometimes I'm a man who's a boy. And sometimes I'm a trans man who's a boy. Sometimes I was a middle school girl who was a boy. I don't know. But I think I only became trans in 8th grade because that's when I put the label on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's when you started telling people.
Then I'd be like, I'm trans. I came out as trans in 8th grade. But like being a boy, like there's just been different senses of that.
And who indoctrinated you?
Sex ed.
What?
I thought you knew this. I was sitting in 8th grade sex ed and I'm like, man, do you ever wish you were just like born in the other body?
Did you ask someone that?
Yeah, I did,
Oh,
but we're
okay.
getting there. And I'm like, everyone feels this way. Like, everyone feels this way. Like, I'd been leading up to that, like, my whole middle school. But I'm like, everyone to a point feels like they wished they could have been the other way. And not even a trans way, you know what I'm saying? I just had that belief in my head.
They just wish their bodies.
Yeah, I'm like, I could ask everyone in my class and they'd all say, yes, I wish I was born a girl, or I wish I was born a boy.
Oh.
Like, that's the belief I had. I thought it was, like, so deeply ingrained into everyone's body, and that's just a normal way for, like, a girl to feel, you know? So I sat down at lunch with this random kid. Should I say their real name now for you? And I sat down with this kid, and I'm like, man, do you ever wish you were born, you know, the opposite? And they're like, yeah. And then they're like, because I'm trans and I haven't told anyone. Like, something along those lines. And I'm like, oh, that's an option? So then I went down that path of discovering what that label actually meant. And leading up to this, like, conversation, I had thoughts about it, but I'm like, I'm going to deal with that in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all throughout middle school, I was like, wow, I feel so uncomfortable. I'm just not like other girls, you know?
I'm not like other girls.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I never knew that. So if it weren't for that person, would you not have come out?
I wouldn't have come out so soon because I wouldn't have someone to talk through the label with, you know?
Yeah.
because at that point I had just come out as like bisexual or something, like around those few years, because I knew there was like queerness in
Yeah.
me, you know? But I will be honest, I've always been into boys. So it's like I know I'm a queer person of some sort, but I'm like, I'm not
Which is really
lesbian, blah,
crazy
blah,
because I
blah.
thought you were a lesbian for a while.
Everyone said that, even my mom. Everyone.
I
Yeah.
told my mom that you were a lesbian, and then we had that picnic, and you were like, "No, no, no, I'm bisexual,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Sure."
I see, that's why it was so hard, because I know there's queerness in me. Everyone assumes I'm a lesbian, but man, do I like dudes. But I liked dudes in the, I don't know, I just queerness about it. But as your question said, like, would I still have come out? I would have, because, you know, I was leading up to those feelings like all throughout middle school, but it's like,
Yeah, it was inevitable.
yeah. Like probably in high school I would have met someone or said the words or something, but like coming out before high school really did help.
Do you ever wish you were born a?
Boing.
You can go now. No, do you ever wish you were born a boy?
I used to, if that wasn't obvious from my train of thought, but now I don't.
Really?
I do, but I don't. But I do, but I don't. But I do, but I don't. But I kind of do, but I kind of don't.
Care to elaborate?
When I was younger, I was just a little like kid free of gender. So I used to cut my hair short. I'd get really mad at people for assuming I was a boy, but I really liked it. I was like, "Oh my god, you can't assume. You can't assume just based on what people look like." And then I'd go laugh and I'd be like, "Mommy, they think I'm a boy."
You were like rage baiting
Yeah.
everyone. You
And
were
then-
going around it knowing damn well you looked just like a
I
boy,
know.
and then being like, "Oh, how could you think I was a boy?"
that? And like every class picture, I'd be like, they made me do the boy pose, not the girl pose. Oh, I fooled them. And then I tried really hard to be feminine when I started like realizing other girls my age are like prettier. I thought they're more popular. You know what I'm saying? Like all those
Yeah.
thoughts. And I'm like, these are just thoughts that middle school girls have, you know, like nothing to do with transness. And I do believe that. Like if you're feeling like you can't connect with your femininity, that doesn't mean you're trans. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was one of those stepping stones. But talking about like being born a boy, I just feel like I would have missed all these like moments to discover like deeper things about myself. Also, can I get religious on this podcast?
Please.
Or is that going
No,
nowhere?
church and state, we can't. Yeah.
I saw a TikTok once that's like, sorry, everything goes back to TikTok. That's like trans people are proof that God is real. And that has really stuck with me on a more of a personal note than a religious note. If I can be born in the wrong body and find what I feel comfortable expressing as, like without my body playing a point in it. You know what I'm saying? Like beyond just physical expectations and looks. And if I can find who I am in my soul of souls, you know, and fight towards that, then that's more beautiful than ever, like just being born.
How does that prove that God is real, though?
Because God shows proof that we're more than just our worldly bodies. You know what we're saying? What I'm saying? If it's like God is something outside of us we can't see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe transness is something outside of us we can't see. You know? I could put more words on it, but I can't.
No, I see what you're saying. Do you believe in God?
I don't know. My family believes in God, so I believe in God when I'm around my family. Does that make sense? That's the opposite of other people. I believe whenever I'm around someone who believes something, I believe what they believe. Like if I'm
Okay, wait.
Does that make sense?
Pause there.
I'm sorry.
Whenever you're around someone who believes something, you believe what they believe. And would
Well,
you identify as a people pleaser? Do you have any integrity?
Do you want me to be a people pleaser?
I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. No, it's more like if someone believes something with their full heart, I think that puts that out into the universe for it to be real. Sorry. But like not
no.
hateful things. Like if someone's like, I believe that white people are the best. I'm not believing that. But if you believed with your whole heart that like unicorns are out there, just by you believing it makes unicorns exist. And I think the same way about religion. Even Mormon stuff. If I'm around someone who's like, when I die, I'm going to this planet of something, something, something. And I'm like, okay.
You clearly know a lot about Mormonism.
I don't. Sorry. I don't pick up sarcasm all the time, guys. I do after it sits with me for a sec.
Yeah.
But I don't fully believe, but I just believe that the act of believing puts something into the universe and it can manifest into energy. Wow, I sound like a hippie. Did I smoke before this? I didn't, guys. Wow.
And are you a stoner?
No, but the world believes I am. Do you believe that the world calling me a stoner is gonna make me a stoner?
No, okay, because this is the question, and it goes with God and everything else. But like, do we have self-determination? Are we able to determine our own fates, or is everything just a product of the environment around us, or what other people tell us? And oh,
Oh,
and our genetics and things that are completely outside of our control. Were we? And totally,
mhm,
it goes into like, is God real, or are we just? Or is everything about us just a product of different circumstances? Like, our genetics are a product of our parents.
divorce. Sorry.
Like, okay, this was the argument I got into with Oliver, and I would love to have him on the podcast.
He's coming back Sunday.
Yeah, so but I got really upset because he was like, "No, there is no free will." Like,
Yeah.
in theory, there's no free will. I was like, "What do you mean? No, no, no. Like, I don't believe in a predetermined destiny. I don't believe in God's plan for us. I believe we can make our own paths." But he's like, "Every single thing that happens is a result of something else that happened." And but honestly, then we got into an argument, like, you brought up the question, when you wake up in the morning and you choose your pair of socks completely randomly, there's no weather or anything that makes you choose your pair of socks, it's just like, you could choose any pair and you choose one, this happens all the time. Um, like, that's your subconscious that makes that decision, and so is your subconscious determined also by all these outside forces, or is your subconscious something individual and something that could never be replicated? If we were in an exact same timeline where all the exact same things happen, would you still choose the same pair of socks? And being trans, like, that's not something genetic as
Yeah.
far as anyone knows so far, and that's not something, and I think we work really hard to fight against the idea that it's something indoctrinated into
Yeah.
you. We don't know how that occurs or how that happens, so is it just like
Yeah.
a beautiful randomness, or
Yeah. Or is it how I was raised or something? I don't
the
know.
same with being gay?
Also, I have a very different view on like me expressing my transness than I think a lot of other trans people do.
Mm.
I would be perfectly fine being friends with someone who doesn't understand being trans. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, not if they outwardly said to me, being trans goes against everything I believe in, but if they're just like, I don't understand it, but I'd be fine with that.
Like, whatever, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. And, like, it's like, ideology versus
Hmm.
action. But,
Yeah,
like, when I'm close enough with someone, like, I need them to share my
I get that.
ideology, I think. But, like, if it's just, like, a casual acquaintance or work friend or whatever,
Yeah.
like, I don't really care. Like, if you don't, even if you straight
Hmm.
up don't like gay people, like, that sucks, and I'll probably wanna argue with you. But, like, at the end of the day, if you're not acting on it, you're not
Yeah.
protesting, you're not donating, you're not voting, like,
And I
then
think,
I don't
yeah,
care. Like, we're going nowhere. Like,
yeah,
it does not matter. You're just a
yeah,
useless person, and so
yeah.
there's no point in spending time disliking you either.
And I think transness is something you can't fully understand unless you've experienced it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for
100%.
gayness too. So it's like I fully have no issues like communicating with someone who doesn't understand it because I don't think anyone who hasn't understood it is gonna, hasn't felt it is gonna fully understand it. So also, I feel like I tiptoed around your question about believing in God. Like I said
You
everything.
definitely did, but you perhaps gave a more interesting answer than yes or
Do
no.
you believe in God?
I mean, do you believe in God? When other people believe in God, I believe in God. I feel like I disagree with you though. Like, I don't care how strongly you believe in unicorns. We have an actual reality that we live in where unicorns don't exist. Like,
I think just the energy of believing about it makes it exist in some capacity.
and is something existing in your mind enough to make it exist in reality?
It's enough to make it exist. Reality is another.
You know what? That's actually such a good point, because if a scientist said there's this star, NH31b, right here in the galaxy, it's right there. I saw it with my little telescope, or our little
Hmm.
or our little interstellar like robot thing saw it. It's there. They tell us, we all go, yeah, it's there. There is, just like we were talking about with someone being homophobic, because there's no way to act on it. No one's going to the star. We can't see the
Mhm.
star. None of it matters. There's
Mhm.
literally no difference between it being there and it not being there
Mhm.
because we all believe that it's there.
Mhm. That's how I feel with God.
Mm.
Do you understand? No.
Yeah. So you feel like the actual reality of the situation is obsolete.
Yeah. It's just how people act on it and believe it and share that belief with others and believe it in their own heart and mind.
Yeah. But you asked if I believe in God. I don't believe that there's any like person or guy. No, I think people will probably be curious about this if they are listening to the podcast because my whole episode with my grandmother was just her talking about like God and how much he means to her and how much like it was basically the whole conversation was under the assumption that I believe in God too. But I don't.
She's going to listen to this
I
now.
know. I hope she doesn't. But like um I don't think that there's any conscious, sentient, overseeing body, but I do think that there's powers in the
Mhm.
universe, and
Mhm.
I believe that everything happens for a reason,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
there are forces of good and evil, and not evil. There are forces of good, like moving
Mhm.
us towards something, hopefully, but something sort of watching over us. Like I believe in some sort of spirituality in that. I think that
Mhm.
is really because my mom raised. I'll talk about it with my mom too. Tune in for her episode next week. But like, but like she raised us without religion mostly, and then when I told her I didn't believe in God, she was like, "What the hell?"
Whose fault is
And I'm
that?
like, "Girl, you did this." And but she was just like, "You will have such a her belief is that anyone who doesn't believe in God in any capacity will have such a difficult life because they won't have anything over protecting them, like,
Mhm.
no belief that it will get better.
Mhm.
But I sort of just decided, like, you might be right, so I'll have that belief without that God.
I
Like,
like that. I like that.
I agree. When one door closes, another one will open. I agree. Tomorrow will be a better day. I agree that there is a beautiful future for me, but I don't think anyone laid it out for me. I just think that it's there because it's there for everyone and there's a path to take. And I think that she's probably onto something. I'd bet that
Mhm.
people who are suicidal are people who lack oftentimes people who commit suicide maybe because they lack that belief, they lack that feeling, and
Mhm.
maybe God does save people. Maybe believing for some people, you need to believe that there's someone out there making sure things will be better for you, and that's how you can live to see another day. But
I agree.
anyway, gosh, and
Wait, I have a weird.
yeah,
Can I explain one of my beliefs that's like kind of hard?
please,
Do you ever meet someone and you're like, wow, they're so wise beyond their years?
yeah.
I think that we have all been reincarnated. Just different
Mm.
people on different levels.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
this.
You just smirked at me. I wish the camera was on because his eyes like turned to me and he like smirked.
Yes, because you've lit up something inside
But
me.
I have a really long story about this. But do you want to add a point in before I do?
How long? Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, I was listening to a different podcast recently, and they were saying like or maybe it was a stand-up comedian or something, but like some people you meet and they're just so wise and you're like you're later on in your lives, like you've
Mm.
done a lot of lives. Me, I'm on my third probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm early, like they were joking about
Mm-hmm.
it, and that really clicked with me because I never really believed in reincarnation,
Mm-hmm.
but that sort of perspective
That's exactly what I was going to
explained
say.
so much for me. Anyway, yes, so
That's
please
exactly what I was
continue.
going to say. But I think it's more like we have a life. And after our life, we're like, I really want to learn how to be a more patient person. So then in our next life, you're dealt with all these troubles and issues that getting over them will make you a more patient person in turn. That's kind of my perspective
Mhm.
on like how you said like everything happens for a reason. I think it's like I chose to take a life that'll teach me how to accept my inner identity as a trans person. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like I chose to
Oh.
have a life where it's like my family is gonna
So
pass
you
away.
choose where you reincarnate
You don't.
next to teach your spirit
Yeah.
something new. So my question for you is, you think the last person chose to be a trans person to
Or not
dive into their
trans, but
identity
it's
more, but
something
like,
along those lines
sure.
of.
So what would you choose for your next life?
Um, I want to know how to overcome challenges quicker. Does that make sense? Not quicker, but just with more grit and determination. Because I have challenges, but I feel like I overcome them in a very sensitive way, in a very like vulnerable
They affect
way.
you more than you'd like.
And I'd like to learn how to still be sensitive and vulnerable, but like be like grittier and harder. And I can learn that in this life. So,
Maybe
yeah.
you will. Maybe that's why you're trans.
Yeah. Sorry to go down that path.
Interesting.
But I agree. I liked what you said about the comedian. Like, that's exactly how I feel about life.
Yeah. Because you definitely meet some people and you're like,
It's your first time. Yeah. But it's more like, imagine you're in a library and there's different books on the shelf.
Yeah.
You're just grabbing a book and there's going to be so many challenges in the book. So many challenges. Maybe you choose more challenges the more you go, but it's going to pop you out like better in the end.
So do you think they choose which challenge and then the life is just randomized? Or like they don't know what life it's gonna be. They just know that it will help with this.
Yeah, it's like not like I
trouble.
chose
So
to
it's
be
not like
trans in San Diego.
yeah,
It's
but
like,
you chose like to dig into your identity more
Yeah,
or
something like
and it's
that.
like that's really fascinating. And by the way, we've covered 2 of the deep questions from the deep questions board. But anyway,
I don't know what that means.
it was in the email.
Okay.
Did you read the email?
I did, but the way you said deep question board, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. You'll see later. But what do you think teenagers are missing today? Like all these teenagers were around. What do you think they're missing?
A life free from cell phones.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I wake up and I scroll my phone. I go on the bus and I see people scrolling their phone. I go to school and I see people scrolling their phone. And it's not as simple as let's ban phones. It's as simple as we should have never invented phones in the first place or given them in the hands of teenagers. I think there should be an age limit on phones with TikTok. I think when phones were invented, it should have been people only 23. I think they're as addictive as drugs. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
And you're taking no step to stop it.
I take steps to solve it, and then the world puts me back. Yes, I can't blame other people. I put a time limit on.
Or you,
no.
Demon Copperhead, and
Yeah.
is the phone your opioids?
Is
You're
that insensitive?
In a world.
No. Wait, before you say this, I put time limits on my TikTok. I want to delete
Same.
TikTok. Then I have a 300-day streak I can't delete.
They literally.
Yeah.
That's addiction.
Yeah.
No, they curate addiction for you in the apps. And I actually think I'm onto something because we all talk about, okay, we're reading Demon Copperhead, right? It's about a boy who grows up in Appalachia in the 90s when everyone's being prescribed oxy and his mom's an addict and he has an injury. And so then they prescribe him opioids and he becomes addicted to the opioids. Big shock, just like everyone else in his town who's stuck in this environment where everyone's doing opioids. And is becoming addicted. And so a lot of our conversations are around like was he always destined to be addicted because of this environment or
could he have avoided
it? And all of what we say is pretty much conjecture because we don't grow up in an environment where we're forced to be addicted to opioids. We don't have doctors prescribing and all these factors that are promoting addiction for us. We all live in a very different kind of world from 90s Appalachia. And so we can't really say, but actually maybe this is how we could say it. Phones, everything is reliant on us having the phones. When you get a phone, you're stuck to the phone. Everyone around you
That's
has
how you
it.
make friends. You can't be a teenager with
You
no
need
phone.
a phone for business, for QR codes, menus, all of this, which is like almost similar to what it was like you needed to be on pills for these different things in that environment. So, and some people have said, and I have even thought, like, I think if he just did this one thing differently, he could have gotten out of it. But if you compare it to something like phones,
if you just didn't get a phone, no, your life's still gonna be like there's no escape from it, honestly. That's why I think phones should have never been given to kids under like 20. You know what I'm saying?
and what do you think we would be like if we didn't?
I think we would still have laptops and stuff, so I think we would still be technologically advanced, but I just feel like
Would people be smarter?
Maybe. It's more of how you wake up in the morning and go to bed at night.
Oh, it's like your general health.
It's like you're reliant on something so easy. Like, I feel like even just going back to like choosing a song on a CD helps your mental health and helps your brain function and dive deeper than just, or listening to the radio. I've been listening to the radio more and just hearing people talk and hearing what's going on in the world. Like, of course you see it on your phone, but it's different when it's like a slowed down pace.
Well, I listen to podcasts.
Yeah. So that's the same. But it's like, it's different than watching TikToks, like watching podcasts or like listening to the news. So I think kids' mental health would just be better because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not that like phones shouldn't have been invented or they should have been restricted. Maybe restricted, yes, but like also just so many more regulations throughout all of it, like from the get-go. Like if we were like, oh, long form podcasts can be on phones, but short form TikToks can't, and then we limit fake news.
Or like
But
ads
then
too.
it's very difficult in our society because for one, we value money over anything else, and all of those things just exist to make more money, and fake news exists for the clicks, which makes more money. And then also we have free speech, which people get really
I think we just
real sticklers about.
over invented phones.
Yeah.
Like if we
Went too
kept it
far.
simple for like, oh my God, it's so cool. It can play music in your pocket. I'm cool with
It's
that.
so funny. I was listening today. Every week I talk about So True a lot on this podcast. So True is the podcast that I listen to that made me want to start a podcast, right? Caleb Heron, love him. Please, if he ever hears this,
He's on your podcast.
I want to
next.
be on your podcast.
Oh.
No, I don't want him coming on mine. That would be a shit show. I want to be on his. But anyway, so he releases every Thursday. Today's Thursday, we're recording, and today he released an episode of him with a trans guy, and I'm a
you're
gay guy
copying
with a
him.
trans guy. So they literally
That's the only reason I'm here tonight.
copied us.
No. Fine.
Yeah, I just
Your
wanted to be
token
like
transfer.
and they talked about the same thing.
Oh my God, bro.
With phones, and they were saying it should have stopped at the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
But I don't know what a BlackBerry was like, so I couldn't really say that. But that was just funny. I feel like we're stealing their whole bit.
I just feel this way because I think as a kid, I would wake up and I would go outside and play. Now I wake up and I sit in my bed for like 30 minutes. And that's a me thing, but I think it's like ingrained in the way our culture is built right now.
Yeah. I think people need more integrity.
Yeah.
Like, don't fold. I don't do that. I want to, but like...
Wait, what? What? What's happening?
Sorry. I don't scroll on my phone for 30 minutes when I wake up. I have. Don't get me wrong. But like... I get up and I say no. And then like I think people need more self-control, but sorry, not you, but
so you invite me here and you insult me. No, I'm very real. I have an addictive personality, and if it's short and makes me feel better, I'm fine. That sounds like I'm having sex with someone with a small penis.
If it's short, it makes me feel better.
I'm fine with that. Size doesn't matter. No.
See, this is how you know that me and Cole aren't having sex.
Yeah. Not yet. No. I was thinking about that when I was like,
You were thinking about having sex with me?
I was thinking about, I was going to introduce myself. I was like, it would be really fun if Cameron and I talked about how we've never had sex on this podcast. And then I'm like, Cameron would never want to have that conversation.
I'm not saying that on the podcast. I won't even confirm
He's going to
that.
edit this out. But I know, because I think it is a big, like, sex culture as a teenager.
Yeah. I kind of did want to talk about teenage relationships. Like, sorry, what were you going to say about sex culture as a teenager?
I just think, I don't even know.
Well, they say less and less teenagers are having sex. Do you agree?
I'm not having sex. I just do this to mess
That was
with
not the
you.
question.
I don't know how to answer.
Like, it used to be like this whole thing, like you gotta have sex as a teenager.
Yeah, I
and
guess.
now
I have heard that.
I don't know. I still sort of feel that pressure, I guess, to a certain degree, but statistically, teenagers having sex way less.
I've come to a point where I'm fine not having sex until college.
It seems like more convenient.
Yeah. It's like, sure, it would have been fun, but also it's so like... But my biggest thing is I don't want to get to a point where everyone I meet has had their first time with someone else. And that's what it's going to get to in college. You know? It's your first time like saying, I love you. You've said I love you to like 5 people while you were in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we say I love you to a lot of people.
But is it the same?
No.
Sorry.
What do you think goes into making a perfect playlist? We were talking about music so much before we started recording. What does it take to make a perfect playlist? You don't have your phone on you. You just have to say it out of the top of your head.
I don't have a perfect playlist.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
You're
I
one of the
don't.
best playlist makers out there.
No, because my playlists go from like jazz to like spoken word to like rap to like jazz to like pop music.
I
Like
think
all
that's
in the same
good.
thing.
That's good. That's not a bad thing.
It has to do with when you make the playlist. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. Anything could be on the playlist. It could be like the shittiest rock and roll music, but if you sat there in your bed and you're like, damn, I'm vibing to all these songs, this song goes into the next song, and you look at it the next morning and you're like, you know what, I enjoyed making that. Or like you make it over the course of a month, and every song that goes into it, you're like, I enjoyed that. But if you're making a playlist just to be like, I need the perfect playlist, and you're overthinking every song, that's not a perfect playlist. I'm sorry.
So the recipe for a perfect playlist is the energy you bring
Yeah.
into the playlist.
And that goes for life as well.
Wow, we're talking so much about energy this episode.
Do you feel it, Cameron?
Do you feel the energy between us?
What do you think goes into a perfect playlist?
I agree. No, I think that you need a good variety. You need a balance of like deep cuts and then like popular songs. And I think that you really need to be I don't know. I'm not the right person to answer the question because I really am not. Like I am inspired by your playlists. Mine aren't that good. I sort of I think I overthink my playlist, and that's why. Is like
Mm-hmm.
I not that I overthink
But you
per
think
se,
about it.
but I am looking for the best song for the playlist. Like I don't just put on like whatever vibes. I put on like well, I do sometimes, but like a lot of the time when I'm like not enjoying my playlist, it's because like I am really trying to find what's gonna be exactly what I want for this
I
playlist.
get
And
that.
it's too much. You need to like chill
Yeah.
out and make it.
That's why I have so many playlists that are like 5 songs long. And they're perfect, but I can't do more than 5 songs.
Making playlists keeps you up at night.
It does. You keep me up at night.
What else keeps you up at night?
Was that your next question? And I interrupted it. On the topic of playlists, I stalk everyone's Spotify. What else do I do at night?
Okay, so if we like restricted phones, then none of us would be able to make Spotify playlists.
Yeah, but we could make like mixtapes or something. But it wouldn't be the
Oh.
same. I like that phones make the whole world so accessible to us. I do appreciate that.
Is that a good thing?
I think in a way, sometimes, yes.
I love to
sometimes no.
say that I disagree with the information age. Like we're in the information age in the sense that we have access to every information at our fingertips, but there's no way of knowing if it's true or not.
Yeah. Also, low-key, I feel like it's harder to get local information because I'm like, what's going on in San Diego? Sometimes it's hard to find out what's going on in San Diego, you know? Like, I feel like we're so disconnected from where we actually are. We're looking to, like, wide.
Engage with local politics. Contact
Yeah.
your representative.
What was your question?
What keeps you up at night?
My hunger, my thirst. For like going downstairs and getting water and food. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. I didn't mean it. It do sound weird.
My hunger, my thirst for blood.
No, I meant like when I get thirsty, when I get hungry. I'm sorry. What keeps you up at night? Arab music.
Yes, I get up and get water and I go back. No, what keeps me up at night is all the shit I have to do.
Me
But
too.
whatever.
Because it's like I could have gotten it done 5 minutes before going to bed, but I'd rather go to bed.
Wait, so what keeps you up at night is your hunger
For food.
for food. Would you rather never sleep again or never eat again?
Never eat again. I love sleeping. I hate eating. Sorry. No, because I get
That's so easy.
if I stay up
but
past-
you love food. Think about all the Instagram reels of food you send.
if
me.
I stay up past 12 a.m., I get really hungry for the rest of the night.
It's bad. Yeah, been there.
Food, I would be so skinny if I did not eat.
That's such a toxic response.
I'm not that kind of person, guys. That was a joke.
You would live the exact same life. It wouldn't affect your health or body. Would you rather never sleep again or never eat again?
I go home and I nap. I wake up and I nap. I close my
You
eyes.
wake up
I
and you nap? I close my eyes and I nap.
It makes you feel like you're at peace with yourself.
Sleeping.
Yes.
Well, that explains why I don't do it much.
No, I think there is such a vulnerability to feeling sleepy. Honestly, I say stuff I would have never said before, and I don't think I could live my life always being awake. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, but when I'm really sleepy, like, I just feel like a different person.
They say that I saw TikTok.
They
that, getting going without sleeping for 19 hours impairs your cognitive ability the same amount as being drunk?
I just really like it when you're comfortable and like you're with someone you're comfortable with and you can just like be tired together. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be us after this
Yeah.
podcast.
And I feel like I also enjoy eating, but it doesn't bring me that same like sense of like
Yeah,
like
fulfillment.
yeah.
Or
This makes me sound like
peace.
I'm a whore for like sleeping.
I think that you just see it as like a meditative thing. I see eating as a meditative thing.
I see sleep as like self-care. And sometimes the opposite. It's like a bad thing that I sleep so much. And then it's like edging when you can't sleep and you're like, I'm so comfortable in bed, I really want to sleep, and you can't sleep.
It's like edging.
I'm sorry.
So many things in this world are like edging.
And so many things are like a good orgasm.
Wait, and elaborate on why would you say that, Cole? What does that mean?
Why the hell would I say that? It's like I'm a pervert or something. Wow, the way I delivered that line makes it seem like I am a pervert.
That line? This podcast is not scripted. It wasn't a line.
Okay, Cameron,
Cool.
read that script again.
What do you mean so many things in life are like a good orgasm?
You know. Cameron, don't ask me that question. Like a sneeze, peeing after holding your pee. Okay, you have to cut this out of the podcast, Cameron.
Okay.
I saw it. I can't say this to you.
Say it.
I've never been into piss. I'm not into piss.
Piss play.
I'm not.
I think I'm gonna put it in the podcast. Like, you need to cut this out. I'm not into piss play,
You
but
You can do that. You can do that if you want. I don't even know what we're talking. I just had to tell you that.
Are you woke?
Yeah. I don't think I could be friends with someone who wasn't woke.
I speak on that.
It's like, have you ever heard someone say, I'm gay, but I'm not queer?
Yeah.
I think it's in the same lens of that. Like, there's such a history behind being, like, queer, and, like, fighting to be gay, you know? And the people who, like, disregard that and are like, I'm just gay, but I'm not queer, you know? Like, I feel like it's similar with woke. Woke is just a new word. And also, I feel like the division of people being like, you're a woke liberal is just to put down, like, radicalizing people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're TikTokifying it so that people don't revolt.
I know woke has become such a like token word. It means so like people think it means so many things that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want to be woke? Like, on the surface, like
Yeah.
if you just like were born today and I was like, okay, so some people are woke, you'd be like, that's cool, like you're
Yeah.
awake, like
Yeah.
you know what's
Yeah.
going on, and that's what being woke is. But now it's been appropriated.
I agree. It's I had something to say. Well, don't put that in.
That's definitely staying in. People who aren't woke, like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're living in the
Or like
past.
being scared to be woke because you think it'll like sometimes I'm like, yeah, sure, maybe we're being a little too sensitive, but it's like sometimes I'm guilty of saying, wow, that person's too woke. I'm guilty of that. Sorry.
What do you think is the correct level of woke then?
Whatever is true to your soul. Sorry, cop out answer.
Get out.
I think you have to be able to get down with the facts
Stop fidgeting. You're gonna
of
hear
making
everything.
a noise. Wait. Nobody's gonna know what's happening because you're freaking camera.
Stop.
Okay, so wokeness, you have to be down. It's like, oh, I have a really good point, but I can't find it. It's hard because if I fully believed in my heart of hearts that being gay is bad, and I wanted to fund conversion camps, then I think I'm being a kind person. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard.
Whoa.
Because what if I said, I really think spreading my message of like...
But then you're just stupid. Because anything we would want to fund as good people
But how do you
to make
know?
people better. No. Because there's an actualized negative impact from being being whatever it is that we're trying to fund against.
Yeah.
But if you think gay is a bad thing, that's completely moral, religious. It exists in a plane that's away from reality, and there's no proof of negative
Yeah.
things coming from that. But I guess, okay, I'll walk with you there. Sure. Say you completely believe that negative things actually come from being gay. You have people in your life with internalized homophobia or being like, being gay ruined my life. I wish I went to a conversion camp. Okay, so you're funding conversion camps. Continue.
Oh, I was just using that as a point to say that not everything is black and white. Like, someone could be a good person. I think
But
so.
you would never be friends with someone who's
No,
not.
I wouldn't. But I think if someone thinks that being gay is bad and they're acting like with what they think is their best interest, of course I'm going to tell them like the facts of what's like wrong with them. But I don't think that necessarily means they're a bad person. That's why I think being woke is hard, you know? I can't just be like there's a right level of woke.
Yeah. I think that it's all about how you demonstrate your wokeness, how you communicate it. I think people get called too woke when they're just bad at communicating.
Yeah,
being woke.
that's it.
You know what I mean? They're too aggressive about it, or
they're not listening to
inconsiderate,
others. I think that's it.
Yes, exactly. Like the woke mob, like they're gonna come for me. This podcast's gonna get canceled. I know it, but like.
But
guys,
even that's society telling you that line, Cameron. Saying the woke mob's gonna come cancel this podcast.
Yeah.
That's society telling
it's
you
like a
that
TikTok.
to turn you against the other woke people. It's all to turn us against each other.
It's infighting so that we can never mobilize without agreeing with each
even
other.
just beside like being gay. Like as a society, we're always fighting with each other.
It's true. And there's so many systems in place to keep us fighting so that we can't organize and mobilize and fight back.
Yeah.
Like if we're fighting with each other, we'll never be able to fight back. Yeah. And that's really...
So if you're woker than us and have a different take on this, don't fight with us. Like just talk to us. That's the point we're trying to get to here.
Yes. Gosh.
And I don't think there are levels of woke if you look at it this way. I just said there's someone woker than us. I don't think that's true. I think we're all human beings, and woke is a made-up word. Now I'm just doing this to rage bait you, because...
Actually, that was a horrible question. I have a segment for you, Cole.
What's a segment?
Well, I'll explain what the segment is, but do you not know what a segment is?
I don't watch podcasts.
A segment, like on anything, like a segment of something.
Is that like a bit that happens, or
it's
like
a
an
section?
Event?
It's like
okay. Sorry, cut that. Cut that. Oh, guys, this is so cool, but you can't see it.
I know.
Was this made for me? Is this for everyone?
No, everyone has the same one. Okay, so you have a board.
I like
full
feeling
of
special.
Different icons and pictures that are horribly drawn because I'm a terrible artist. So choose the one that calls to you and open it. And it has a deep question size.
Wait, I want to say this one, but I'm so close to the mic.
It's okay.
But because this looks like someone's face and his nose and his lips, and he's really stinky.
Okay,
I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Oh my god, this is the most contentious one. Everyone thinks it looks like a face.
Oh, everyone says that. Should I open a different one?
It's meant to be.
Does
a
everyone open
apple.
this one?
People have.
Wait, I want to open one that no one's opened though.
I don't know which one that would be.
I know.
Oh, actually,
direct your energy to it, and I'll find it.
Okay.
I don't like how you're rocking in the chair. Okay, I'm gonna open this one.
I didn't even realize I was rocking.
How do I open it?
Yeah, just pull.
Oh
you
my
rip
god.
it.
Has anyone opened this one?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I lost. What separates you from what?
Just give me the board.
What separates you from everyone else?
You guys can't see, but Cole has turned like completely backwards and sideways.
Do you believe in bad people?
No, everyone does that one. Do what separates you from everyone else.
Separates you from everyone else. I don't think anyone in the world has the same eye color as me.
What the fuck? You have brown eyes. That's the most common eye color in the world.
No. Have you ever sat in your room and filmed a video of your eyes and like made crazy eyes? Nobody else can make the same crazy eyes.
That I would agree with. You made crazy eyes at me in this podcast in a way that I've never seen before.
I'm sorry, guys.
Your eyes get so big, it looks like they're gonna fall out. Like you can make your eyelids disappear, and then it's just your eyeball sitting there like a fucking skeleton from Coco.
I can do like an emotional answer to that question, but honestly, the way you express your emotions separates you from other people. Sometimes I express my emotions with my eyes in a way that I don't think other people do. You know? So
yeah. Did you see that video I sent you of the guy who could make his eyebrows?
Yeah, I did. See, that's what I'm saying. That separates him from other people.
That's true.
But if you really look at the color of your eyes, there's like specks in it and everything. Nobody's gonna have the same thing as you.
That's why like really, really rich people don't do fingerprints, they do retina scans.
Yep. Me too. But on an emotional level.
Did you watch that episode of Phineas and Ferb where they did rectal scans?
Rectal?
Yeah.
Rectal? In the butt?
Yes.
I did not watch that.
Like it was like to get into Doofenshmirtz Incorporated.
No.
Obviously, you'd have to do like your fingerprint and then the retina scan, and then they would like turn around and pull their pants down and do a rectal scan.
Weird, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what like.
Sorry, emotional answer. Like what separates you from everyone else?
Can you go first?
I don't really usually answer the question, but sure. I think the last person who got this question made me go first too.
Who was it?
I don't remember. You're gonna have to listen to the podcast to find out. It could have been someone who's not even been posted yet. But anyway, what separates me from everyone else, I think, is that I know what people are trying to say
That's good.
when they say the wrong thing.
That's good.
Like, at least I do more than other people do, I think. So many times I'm in conversations, I've told you this before for sure, but I'm in conversations and people are like talking to each other and just like not getting what the other is saying. And I'm like, you're trying to say this and you think that they're trying to say this, so that's why you're saying this, but really they're trying to say this. And I think that I'm able to do that enough that it separates me from everyone else. And I also think that I can apply that to myself. If you're thinking you can do the same thing, I'm going to say I'm even better than you because I can apply that to myself and I know how to communicate exactly what I want to communicate in a way that's going to make that person understand what I'm trying to say.
That's good.
For them.
I was going to say I really admire people who can say, like, use their words, because when I get really overwhelmed, I just can't use my words.
Yeah,
I really admire that in a person. I think if I ever were to like date someone, I'd need someone who could communicate anything.
And you're flirting with me. And
no, that wasn't flirt. I like moved my head like a lizard.
Yeah, I was like, is that a flirty head move?
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that about
Yeah,
you.
you would. Oh, your thing. If I were to ever date someone, it would be someone
like
with
exactly
your thing.
like
And
you.
you know what, Cole? I was gonna say that if I were to ever date, if I were to ever date someone, it would have to be someone who can make the crazy.
Crazy eyes. I don't know why crazy eyes was my first.
Craziest eyes out of anyone.
Okay, here, thank you, Cameron. That helped me decide on my real answer.
Okay,
It's my ability to say whatever I'm thinking right away, sometimes. Sometimes. See, even adding the sometimes in there was honest.
Yeah.
Like me just being like, sure, I think my eyes are different, like without fully understanding the question. And I think that's where we differ, because you can fully understand the question.
So
and,
the thing that separates you from everyone else is the exact opposite of what separates me from everyone else.
Yeah.
I said that I can curate and change what I'm saying to get at the point I want. And your answer is that you don't do that at all. And the way you phrased it actually makes yours seem a lot better. It probably is.
No, I don't think it is, because sometimes I don't say the truth. I don't think that my crazy eyes are what separates me from other people. It's just the first thing I thought of.
R's.
Eyes. Also, I can't say my R's correctly, or sometimes I have a speech impediment, so that's different.
You're doing crazy eyes while telling me about your speech impediment.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the first thing you blurt out isn't the right thing to blurt out. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't.
True, but you'll blurt it either way.
Yeah.
That's what makes you special.
Yeah, but that's only when I'm in very specific moods. Other times I won't say nothing.
There is one person, like, I wrote that question on the deep questions board, but there's only one person I want to come on this podcast and I want to ask them that question. And I won't say who it is because I don't want to jinx it. You're just going to have to listen to every episode to find out. But it was written for that one person. I think about it every time.
Which one was written for me?
None of them. No, I'm fucking with you. One of them probably was, but I don't remember which.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Wait, never mind.
No, say it. What was your question?
Okay, back on oh my goodness.
Cole, what?
back on the point of piss kinks.
Oh,
do you
of
think it's
course.
attractive when someone drinks water?
I am not attracted to people in that way.
I don't think I'm attracted to people either.
I've never been like staring at someone doing something and been like, oh, that's so hot the way they're doing that.
I usually never am. Like, I don't understand that.
Only the way I
The
drink
act
water.
of, no, like, if you had a water bottle and we're, like, drinking it. Not like that. No. Not like that. Okay.
This is a really bad episode. Not have the camera. I've been doing.
I'm moving like crazy. I'm glad the
You
camera's not on.
literally have been like all over my house during this podcast.
You guys don't even know what's happening.
Cole's acting like he's tied down in a straitjacket. No, I was drinking my water in a super sexy way for Cole.
They did not turn me on, so
Okay, but you think people drinking their water in like on a hike kind of way is
Yeah.
hot? Cole lifts his hand. Okay, everyone, I want you to do this with me. Put your hand out in front of you in a cup motion. Yes, I don't care if you're driving, drive with your left hand. Your right hand out in front of you in a cup motion, and then tilt your head back and
I don't know.
lean the cup into your toward your mouth, like you're drinking from like an awala. You know
No,
what I
it's
mean?
like it can't be an umbrella.
That's what Cole
it's
thinks
like
is hot.
like a clear water bottle.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Like it's casual.
That's
Does
single
that
use
make sense?
plastic. So
Single use plastic gives
turns
me a
you
hard
on. single use sounds, and I'm morally superior to Cole, so reusable water bottles give me a hard on.
This is enemies to lovers, toxic porno start right here.
Yeah, the end of the podcast is actually the start to our porno, and the rest of this podcast will be on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Cole, I have one last question for you.
Oh.
It's the central question of the podcast we ask every guest. It's called Through the Cameron Lens.
I like how you looked at it.
So my question for you is, what do you see through the Cole lens?
I can't answer that because I'm just gonna blurt out the first thing that comes to mind.
Please do.
I think that every person is sad and lonely and vulnerable, and nobody says it.
I regret saying please do. No.
That's the first thing in my mind right
yeah.
now. That's
Okay.
what I walk out and I see the world and I see a bunch of sad, lonely people looking for people to connect with. And I think that's what leads people to be bosses at their jobs because they're just looking for a position of power. That's what leads people to be teachers.
Whoa.
I'm getting there. Teachers, so they have people to always talk to. That's how you find your friend groups. Everyone's lonely and sad, and not sad, but everyone's lonely and wants connection, and that drives every choice that every person ever makes. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
Cameron.
So we're going to have to dive into this because, wow, that was just such a... I think that it's scientifically confirmed that as humans, we crave connection. We crave human connection. So you're not saying anything crazy there. But where you get a little crazier is saying that drives our every action. Okay, sure. I'll ride with you there. Perhaps a lot of the decisions we make, a lot of what we do is just in pursuit of human connection. Maybe that's the difference between me and everyone else is that I never shut up. and that I will always prioritize something that allows me to talk and
Podcasts.
with other people. Hence the podcast. Hence, like leaving anything I have to do at home in order to go hang out with friends or anyone else. Hence that I'll go for walks with my mom instead of like working like anything with my like. I would rather walk around Miramar Lake with my mom than hang out with all 6 of us friends. Not because no, I don't even know if that's true. But not because I like my mom better, but because sorry, mom, but because I'll get to talk more and get more conversation out of that than like the bickering that happens between the 6 of us. But anyway, but you mentioned something there that I'm really getting caught up on, which is that people only become bosses at their jobs because they want to boss people around.
Not boss people around, but
That's what you said.
If you grow up a lonely child and you want people to have to talk to you, you're gonna seek out a position where people have to talk to you, even if you don't realize it. I'm a lonely child. I want to play with people on the playground. I'm a lonely child in college. I'm a lonely child at my job. You're just a big lonely child in a corporate company, and you want a position where people have to talk to you, and you feel important. And I think that all leads back to being a lonely, sad child on the playground. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay.
And I think about this every day. I go to school and I see people hanging out with their friends, and I'm like, I wonder what, like, You know? I just wonder. Well, you said to blurt out the first thing on my mind. I did not think about the answer to this question.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Also brings up a really important thing if you've gotten this far in the podcast, which is that nothing I say or any of my guests say is sturdy or reliable. Don't trust that this is my actual take. I'm just saying stuff for the most part. Saying whatever comes to my head. I could completely disagree with something I said like a week ago on the podcast. And what's even crazier is that what I said a week ago on the podcast could be posted. I could disagree with it now, but then it'll be posted in 3 weeks. And then everyone's going to think I agree with that, but I disagree with it now.
I was really worried to have my voice on the internet forever because of that exact thing. Like, I just disagree with myself. I disagree with myself of last week. I especially disagree with myself of freshman year. But here I am, a combination of it all.
And this is stuck forever on the internet. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Follow me on Spotify.
Where can people find you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't do that. I'm private. Cameron can like post one of my playlists.
I'll link Cole's Spotify to this.
Oh, I need
podcast.
to clean it up. I used to be very particular about if people clicked on my Spotify, what would they see, and now I don't.
I'm also linking Reese's Spotify to theirs because they also said they were really proud of their place. And now Cole's trying to eat the microphone, which is certainly our cue to end this nonsense.
Oh, I thought you said which is certainly cute.
No, that is not what I would say. I would not describe it that way.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye, love you. Thank you so much. Thanks for doing it.